I understand this is a bit out of topic, but I'm actually excited for the Spider-Man film. And other than that, let's go into the main topic. Jesus Christ! If you guys haven't heard that, obviously you don't, because you don't care. You haven't heard about this much in my channel, but I do actually watch certain of anime. Not to the extent that I talk about it frequently on the channel, but in a casual view that I watch at least some that continue that I watch over my childhood. So, like if Dragon Ball comes on, I watch that, or One Piece, or Attack on Titan, or whatever. Anything that's cool, action, shonen. It's like Marvel Comics of anime. Like if you like actiony shit with a bit of like the terms of fan service is just showing a lot of like hot women around, mainly primarily it's like underage. That's why I actually like the main females that are adults. That's the extent of like our fan base, because you hear, oh my god, Hinata's my waifu, or the kids from My Hero Academia is my waifu. You see fans like those, you walk away. You walk away, people. Because over to the extent of that, those are the surge of school shooters, pedophiles, down bad, or wrestling otaku. Or, if you want, if you just take a spite of rum and punch your wife's pregnant stomach, you get the whole shebang. You become EDP. Mixed with wrestling otaku. Or, you just become a special needs kid. That's the extent. Knowing, like, High Guardian Spice was an originating show from Crunchyroll. If you guys don't know what that is, it's a streaming service primarily for Japanese cartoons or anime. So, if you want to see like shit that you've seen back in the day, probably Cowboy Bebop's there. I think it's streaming on Netflix. Naruto, if you heard of that when you were a kid, or Dragon Ball, watch those. If you want to watch the newer stuff, go right ahead. But hearing this, High Guardian Spice been one of their actual original shows, and being the person that is like, fuck it, I'll watch it. I hear YouTubers that I watch look at it, and I watched the first 5 episodes and I was already done. The animation, terrible. Like even halfway through, they were more explicit on the fight scenes and actually getting somewhere. There's no inquisitive plot. They're called Guardians, and they're named after spices, even though their characters like thyme, sage, rosemary, those are herbs. The creators are also retards. It's like, if you guys don't know what Steven Universe is, they have the gems that are named after gems, like amethyst, pearl, garnet. Like, oh, gems, easy to follow through. So they try to pick over the same gimmick, trying to name after a certain type of object, like time, fucking paprika. I don't know. Like, no actual spice. It's a fucking herb that you use for, like, some type of medicinal or cooking. And it's stupid. It makes no sense. The main characters have no perennial character. Like, one is the obvious character with, something to do with her dead mom, and her dead mom comes back to life, but it's all a substantial plot that is so bad that Crunchyroll didn't even want to reference it in a freaking New York Weeaboo event back a few weeks ago. And the plot, and over like just one episode in, when you're trying to like explore your world, like, because there's something as difficult as making fucking world building in episode 1, you can't externalize what setting that the character's in, because they just come in, 2 little girls just saying that they're excited to go somewhere that we don't even know what it's there for, why they are leaving their hometown with their twink ass and fat ass parents looking like weirdos. There's no explanation over to the parents. We don't know the motive or interest or why they want to be guardians. It's just that they're there, and you become a guardian. They can't even focus on what the fuck what a fader is. A fader, kids, is when you try to move the tone of your audio. So when you're trying to crossfade or fade out or trying to do something to make sure something fits into the type of clip that you want to do when it comes to you talking or a dialogue, it's really important so I get to hear what the dialogue talks about. Bro, I'd rather watch Food Fight, the the Amazing Spider-Man movies and the Star Wars prequels than watching this shit again. And I even watch shitty anime. And there's a lot of shitty anime that go on the ethics of incest, stupid high school wars, uh, plots involving one boy and his one stepsister and a bunch of chicks, even though he has no character or charisma. It's like you have stuff like Johnny Bravo that goes over a literal like misogynist like playboy that tries to get on with a woman but always ends up short. And he's the most entertaining character in there. Always, even when he gets taken out by a chick while harassing him, trying to get with her, he still comes off calm, collected, tries with the next hottie coming with him. That's a guy. Always confident, always tries to look good, and trying to get the chick at the end. Who doesn't want to be like that? And you see this weeaboo shit, making every protagonist feel less masculine than the female character. And you're seeing bullshit like this where I am already an episode in and I don't even know what the fuck am I supposed to get ready for. There's subplots that either are confusing to know the motive of or so generic that you already don't feel emotionally congested to watch, or the dialogue is so craft. They even have like most of the straight guys either they're not used to being transgender or oh by the way, the reason why this shit got some stigma because this came out like over like a part of 2021 when this was leaked. I mean, when this was supposed to premiere 2019, and this was getting a lot of shit on social media because of its all-female cast. It's not like there's a problem with just having all women make a show. We have a problem when you have to force us in our face to tell us that there's gonna be all women making a show. Like that's supposed to be an accomplishment. That's supposed to be not allowed. Like it's on the amendment, newly amended. Women can't create their own fucking show. It's not an accomplishment. It's an accomplishment when you succeed while having all women's cast. And it seems like you don't even want to have that when Crunchyroll wants to focus on some Blade Runner anime shit, whatever Black Lotus is, as their sneak peeks for shit that's going to be airing on like TV channels as well, and whatever Freak Angels is Shenmue. They care about those, and they care about your hyphy-pifey, hyper-liberal, transgender, hot topic choker BS that not even the weeaboo, furry, pedo jobbers on the internet even consist themselves with. Even the LGBT doesn't even want to fuck with you. You're that much of a bad show. And I've seen bad shows over my life. You guys are like what happens to a regular college student giving a late due assignment and he half-assed it but still try to hand it over so he can get some points in the end. That's how bad you guys are. This show sucked. And you being all women's team and you can't even like portray doing being a man in a woman in a man's body story correctly, and people in like the 90s doing shit like this had a better or an organic time with this so they didn't have to spew that narrative. That already shows that you guys don't know how to actually possibly make your own shows because you guys never been in authentic conversations before, never actually had to learn how to mature in a conversation or actually had actual experience being written a show or taken the advice from a person that actually directed an actual show and know how to make organic dialogue work, because you have like a chauvinistic male character in this part of the show and he's coming around trying to show off while also insulting the female protagonist at the same show in the same time. And as soon as the female protagonist knew that he was a useless dickhead, she tried to walk away. He come around saying, "Oh, I knew you're stuck up." And the black teacher, like the black teacher with the most fake ass black voice I've ever heard in my life, he comes around saying, "Wow, we need to talk." Like, what the fuck is that? What the hell is that? Anything to like judge or try to like students arguing or even the students getting in a fight? When a student tried to like be like question, why do you cross dress? He beat him up, and then the teacher was like, can we get a look on that hand? Like, what? He got started a fight. What was that supposed to be? And he was the bully in the show. Okay. Okay. There's like no positives. There's no goddamn positives in this goddamn show. It is absolutely gay. Watching it, they even try hard to even consist because they don't have an identity, so they consist of doing subtle, so like they'll say shit or bastard like when you least expect it when they look like a kiddish product, and they have no synthesized like identity like you can see from South Park, like because you see from South Park that was made in the late 90s and it's built like a budgeted little kid show where the premise is four kids messing around in a small town in Denver, Colorado. You could make silly skits with that as a kid show, but it was a borderline adult show. And you could tell the way they go over the settlements, the way the kids talk, the way the other adults talk, and the way they go over premise. You can get shit like that. You can't get it off a show that's obviously a ripoff of any other pseudo female creator, try hard, weeaboo, woke Steven Universe bullshit, trying to be transgender Rebecca Sugar, and you can't even write being a transgender character right. Do you know what a transition magic is? No, bitch. What? Who wrote that? True. I'm being honest now. WWE writing is better than this, and I've heard WWE writing. I've reviewed it, and just knowing shows like this can do this much amateur shit, it's impressive to how bad it is. I'm being honest. When one of the teachers were talking over to the main character after she broke her mother's sword, they were having a conversation and talking about the teacher that had a relationship, probably as a close companion with her mom. And then, after seeing books of her when she was young, she noticed, "Oh, is that your sister? No, that's me. I'm transgender. Did you ever know how it feels to be born in another gender's body?" Like, who the fuck asked this? Wait, I'm sorry. We're not supposed to be mentality about this. Usually, it's better to show, not tell. It's like display why were you more comfortable being transgender than being your original gender? What took you? It didn't even show much of why you were transgender. It just showed that you fixed your female friend's sword. What part of that mean you had to share who you were? There was no sense there. No logic. I don't even give a shit that you are transgender. You have no interesting caricature about you either than being transgender. Either than being a teacher in a guardian school. By the way, they have no idea what the fuck they were going by being a guardian. They were either trying to rip off being a hunter from Hunter x Hunter, or trying to be something else. Like, you could be a mage, a dancer, a warrior. It's primarily just being an adventurer or some shit. Then you have to take a vow. Nobody knows how it is or what the level gap is for being, or a ranking for being a guardian. How to be a guardian. Why you have to take these classes to be a guardian. Is it socially viable to be a guard? Like, what's the benefits of being a guardian? They don't even go over that. You just got three bitches that try their hardest to feel as quirky, rip off, young, while wise, and one the old bitch but spunky character that is not interesting at all, and every other character sucks. I can't get behind anybody because they all look like a Steven Universe background character if they were in a different planet. Either look uneventful or just have so much character depth, like Time, that is just a black elf with a shitty character plot about bringing back her stupid forest with dumb magic involving old magic and new magic. Even though they're kind of the even equal, they're both causing negative effects on the forest while using magic to save the forest. I don't get it. I don't get this story. I don't get this story, bro. And I've seen a lot of people. I have seen Raws, and that's 3 hours of my time. I can deal with 3 hours of a Raw. I can't deal with 12 episodes of this shit. I apologize if you think I'm going off on a worthless show that obviously is not going to be picked up for a season 2. And don't get me wrong. All because I watch wrestling doesn't mean I'm going to, like... There's good cartoons you could be watching right now other than this. Go rewatch Invincible. Do yourself a favor and watch that. That's already going to be picked up for 2 extra seasons, how successful they already were. Go, or fuck it, read Spawn. That's something else from Image Comics. Go watch a cool anime. Fine, go watch it. I don't really care if you do watch anime. That's not my problem. You actually want to watch something cool, watch Vinland Saga. It's about Vikings. No high school. No harems. No crappy plots. It's just a cool Viking anime that has cool character backgrounds, interesting cool ass fights involving like Vikings that play like it's Assassin's Creed. Like, it's badass. You're not gonna regret it. And just knowing this is the extent of how people get notarized here in animation, it shows how much why we don't even see 2D films anymore in a modern era. And just knowing how we pushed this over to a collective niche and so much of a low quality just because of their gender they get a job. It just goes over to the extent that they're trying to push narrative over actual talent. And this, you can see this for many other businesses around either than just animation. You can push that for many things involving jobs, careers, shows, companies, movies. So this thing been happening for a long ass time. So I'm not expecting anything different. But I hear about a High Guardian season 2 or any backlash from social media. I don't care. This show sucks ass. I'm not wasting my time with this again. For people that came around for me ranting on this for the longest time, thank you for staying as long as you can. Please, bro. This was a challenge for me too. And other than that, that's it for me. Thanks for watching.